Okay, hello everyone, and thank you very much for coming for this class, which is in research methodology. And this is our last section, which we're going to focus on the action-based research. Actually, action-based research is similar to whatever we mentioned earlier, and we're going to mention in most of our master and PhD classes in inspiration and resilience economy. It is based on observation method, where we supposed to describe the social behavior. And if there is anything important about social methodology for you guys, beside for writing and publishing papers and so on, this is the most important part that we should focus on. So here we focus on the observational method, which we talk about how we observe people within a community, or we observe actions, or we observe processes or approaches within a community that we are targeting, and systematically record it so that we do measurement or impressions of their behavior. Now, this is important because this is especially when we study the type of behavior of a certain group, we are supposed to use this observational method very closely and very carefully also. Now, we use a lot of ethnography techniques in inspiration economy when we study social behaviors, because we need to understand the group that we are studying, or the culture, or the sources of a problem that is relevant to people. And we need to understand it and observe it from inside, without imposing our preconceived notion that we might have about a certain problem. This means that we're gonna use lots of human cultures and societies understanding, which means that we're gonna see the social behavior in the different cultures, similar to ethnography, by increasing what is to describe different cultures and generate hypotheses about the psychological principles within this culture that we are targeting. So take, for example, a researcher wants to investigate how much aggression children exhibit during a school recess, okay, when they have a break in the middle. The observer would systematically look at for particular behavior that are concretely defined before the observation begins. And then the observer might stand at the edge of the playground and systematically record how often aggressive behavior occurs between the children. Now, how much accurate is this observation depends on, again, the what we call it, reliability. So we should not have the interjudgment issue, which means that we should have a level of agreement between the people who independently observe and take a quote. So it should be more than one observer, so that we calibrate what we observe together. And this is what we do actually in reality in when we go and visit any site, or try to solve any problem in inspiration economy. Now, we should also have a certain kind of behaviors that are different to observe, because they occur only rarely or in private. We should also write about what should be included in the information that we're going to cover inside our report. So as a community expert, we should have just describe the behavior, and then we try to predict it or explain it later. So as we can see, that action-based research, it's focused on observation, reflection, action, evaluation, and modification. These 5 is the main construct of action-based research. Now, this means that action-based research should contribute to the practical concerns of the people, of the immediate problematic situation, and the goals of the social science by joint collaboration within a mutually acceptable and ethical framework. The collaboration between the researchers and the practitioners is very important in action-based research, because action-based research focus on, again, calibrating the theories, especially those not applied, through the observation, and also reflecting on the theories so that we can link the theories together and link the theory to the practice and make the action, so that we can take those the readers, the students, those concerned with the research to the field. And then we should evaluate, means that we can report proper thing about our activity in the field, and then we can modify, means that we can improve and do the proper report in the end. So action-based research have many benefits. One of it is that link theory to the practice. It helps us to evaluate actually the readers or the students' views or those participants. It can help us to criticize and evaluate the organization system or the community system. It makes us familiar with, for example, the system within the community. In this case, for example, we are doing for Bahrain welfare system. It will help us, for example, relevant to this problem, which is the welfare system in Bahrain. It will let us to see other dependent variables like the marketing, job opportunities, and then of course the awareness and advertisement will be, or the publication will be better when we do the action-based research, because it will be the basis of research that others can build on. And of course, it can help us to break, for example, student fears in certain cases, or break, let's say, a certain issue within the problem we are tackling. Now, Kolb's experiential learning theory is very relevant to action-based research, because it will focus on the experience, on the reflection, on the abstract and active experimentation, which is similar to action-based research. So we focus on concrete experience, which means that we build up the experience within the community, then we reflect and observe, then we build up the abstract, then we test it again in the field. There is also the Honey and Manford learning style. Again, it have a relevance to action-based research, because they say that we should be activists, part of this study, and we should be reflectors, and then theorists, and then pragmatists. So we should be part of the study, and then we can reflect on that. And this is what we say always. And then we know to go to the field, we visit the field, and we observe, then we report, then we suggest any improvements or opportunities. I think I will stop here and continue with you in the next session. Thank you.